Welcome in. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Eric Zane Show Podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the work week. The losing streak continues with, I think the start of the issue is the fact that there's water available for the dogs to drink on the overnight. O'Neill and Daisy are downstairs in the main part of the house. Too frequently, the dogs use the living room for the toilet. I let them out just before we go to bed. And then I wake up in the morning. Oh, awesome. Great way to start the day. Bust out the Bissell. Sometimes they'll take a dump in the NFK's room. Not his bedroom, but his where he watches TV. So I got to get that shit cleaned up before he gets in there. I don't want to hear, hey, there's poo-poo in here. And the thing is, you gotta clean it for him. You don't want him cleaning that. Because his hands, it's basically asking an Alaskan king crab to pick up a pile of shit. Because his hands are a lobster. His hands, it's basically like lobster claws. That's how the hands function. So I'm like, I got it. I'll take care of it, buddy. No big deal. So I had to get that done before he woke up. And then carpet clean. Jesus, what's going on here? Really annoying. All part of the whole idea that whoever is the asshole who decided to put carpeting in homes and make it a thing, it's a huge mistake. Don't ever do that. If you're buying a home, don't put carpeting down. Go with floor that's easily cleaned. I suggest some type of waterproof laminate from Johnson Carpet One Discount Outlet, in fact. Because you just can't go wrong with that. Otherwise, you're basically living in a place where the dogs take a dump, and you think, oh, well, I got the Bissell. That's not getting it all out. It's just not. It's horrific. If you have pets, no carpet. It should be some type of builder law. Anyway, that's what kind of unfolded to start the day. Not a great way to start the day because, sometimes the queen of the forest puts in a big food order for the day. And so before I go down there and notice that beautiful surprise, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful poop, Eric. Beautiful poop, big fraud. Dinah says, okay, so just throw my salad bag in it's a little bag, pre-made salad. That in there, that's fine, and an orange and yogurt. Okay, no problem. Easy. Oh, and I'd like a smoothie. Now, I can only remember like 3 things at once. I'm pushing the limits of my brain with salad bag, yogurt, orange. I go, what do you want on the smoothie? Now, I've committed it to memory this second, because I made it. There's a connection there. But she throws all this at me. Okay, you got to have 1 cup of orange juice, a half cup of almond milk, a banana, 3/4 of a cup of vanilla sugar-free yogurt, Greek yogurt, a scoop of collagen supplement, which I think is ground up fingernails and hair, and chia seeds. How the fuck am I going to remember it now? Because I made it, like I said, but I was like, oh, that's impossible. There's no way She's got an early day departure today. So there I am. I haven't even put anything into the stupid Vitamix to make this all happen. And by the way, if you don't have one of these, you got to get one of these. Absolutely. Uh-oh. Hey, hang on. Oh, no, I made it worse. Fucking shit. Burn it! Damn it! That was weird. The V8 motor on the thing. Oh, and ice. You got to put ice in there, too. It just, oh, my God. You could put that. A Vitamix is a terrific way if you wanted to dispose of a body. It might take you a little time because it's not that big, but, you know, you could put anything in that thing and it's going to make a smoothie out of it. I'll bet you that if Jeffrey Dahmer had a Vitamix during his reign of terror, he would have Vitamixed victims. That might be the grossest thing that I've ever said in quite some time. All right, so get all that done. Good to go. Feel good. Send her off into the world. I'm so glad you all are here, ladies and gentlemen. From the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio, Baldwin Ace Hardware, a beacon of DIY awesomeness in the Northland. I was just sent this, and I think this is funny. The one that I already looked at, I thought it was funny. A collection of Chinese spy balloon memes. Video check. Oh, that's not a video. It's just so you can see it. Thank you to Tyler for sending this along. The Chinese spy balloon just sent back its first pics from Missouri. You got dude and his wife throwing shit up. Red Solo cups littered all over the yard. Beer bottles flying up at it. This one. Someone took a actual white balloon and attached a container you put Chinese food into to the white balloon. Phone apps spy on us 24 hours a day, recording every single aspect of our lives. People see a stupid balloon and everybody loses their mind, with Heath Ledger as a Joker. That's all true. That's all true. Very large woman on skinny man's shoulders. Weather balloon memes for her. My news feed for him. Someone has a balloon shaped the same way, looking like a piñata. Oh no, now Mexico. Tyler says, oh, that's sent weird. There was a specific one I was trying to send, LOL. I think I know which one it was. And I don't know if it shows up here, but I'll describe it if not. It was a picture of the balloon. And here it is. And written on the balloon, it says, weather balloon, totally not for spying. Like it's spray painted on it. Weather balloon, totally not for spying. That one is the winner, in my opinion. I will link these up, and you can check them all out on your own. There's a lot. There is a lot of them to process. Some funnier than others. But thank you, Tyler, for sending it along. We have our own picture sent from an Eric Zane Show podcast listener that I want to share with you. Dr. Jim, who lives in South Carolina. Dr. Jim writes, damn, I'm sorry I missed the live podcast today. I could have given you a first-hand account. The balloon literally flew directly above my house. I took a picture with my 500 millimeter zoom. This is the picture of what Dr. Jim took. That is his own picture. There's the exhaust, probably from the fighter jet. He goes on to say, about 10 minutes after I took this, we hear a giant boom that shook the house. Went back outside and watched that bitch come down. That is awesome. Thank you, Dr. Jim. I feel like the zenith is about to blow again. Hold on. Listen. Check. Test. Well, anyway. Busy day today in the Eric Zane Show podcast household. If you're planning on going out for a bite to eat, and you are in the area of Hudsonville, Michigan, you need to know that today, the world's most gifted kitchen assistant will be in attendance at Bosco's Pub. Hang on. Hello. They open at 4. Come see me. I'll come see you. We'll make you some fantastic food. You haven't had a burger until you've had a Bosco's burger. Oh, my God. So head over there today. I will be there. Again, open at 4 p.m., and I'd love to see you. If you come on out and you're in the dining area, mention to your server, where's Eric Zane? I got to see Eric Zane. I'm going to come out, and I'm going to talk to you about the burger that I made for you. Partially. Okay. So welcome in. Don't forget, the show happens each and every day of the work week on Twitch. In the entire thing, beginning to end on Twitch. Part of it, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The way I do it is, if you're watching on those platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, I now got to send you on your way. If you want the full show, happens every morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. You got to go to Twitch. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Follow the page. Subscribe to it with Amazon Prime, or you can throw a few bucks at it each month. That's up to you. If not, that's totally fine. You get it free. You just have to sit through some ads in the middle of the show. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, or download the Twitch app. Okay? Download the Twitch app and then hit the magnifying glass at the bottom after you download it and search Eric Zane Live. All one word, and there I am. You can get the show as it happens live and enjoy it in real time. You can even darken the screen. It's all good. And run it through your radio in your vehicle, through your Bluetooth, whatever you have going on there. That's fine. Or maybe the earbuds. That's cool, too. That's all live. If you want the audio podcast, after I'm done, I make the audio available for you on all of the platforms. You can easily find it. Just search Eric Zane Show Podcast on any platform that you like to engage with, and off you go. Thank you so much. As always, if you want to reach out, send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Shoreliners Striping, they stripe parking lots. They stripe your workplace. They do a whole lot more, too. More information, shorelinersstriping.com. So with that, enjoy the day. Send those folks on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on their way. Facebook and Twitch, brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Twitter, brought to you by Blue Frost IT. And, of course, you can also follow me on YouTube, Eric Zane Show on YouTube. Twitter is @Eric Zane Show. Facebook is facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. Follow all those. That helps me. Thank you. This is probably going to make you sick. If I didn't already make you sick, talking about O'Neill. and the dogs doing their business inside of my home. "18-year-old Juliette Lamour from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada. She just turned 18, like a day before or something like that. All right. Grandpa said, here's a lucky $5. Go out and buy a lottery ticket. And she said, I'm sorry, Grandpa. There's no doubt that this would be fun, but I'm not going to do it, eh? And he's like, enough with your sorries. Go out and buy a lottery ticket. Yeah, you know where this is going. She's become the youngest person in lottery history, Canadian lottery history, to hit it. First play, day after she's legal, allowed to play the lottery, 18 and over. She won $48 million. Now, I think 48 million Canadian equals to be about $100 US. No, that's not true. But I am curious. Canadian to US dollars. $1 Canadian equals 74 US pennies. But 48 million. Okay, 48. 1, 2, 3 zeros. 1, 2, is $35,740,560. Still a pretty good payout. Holy shit. Yeah. While there have been other 18-year-old lottery winners across Canada in recent years, no one has won as much as Juliette. According to the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation. According to Juliette, when she turned 18, that's exactly what happened. Grandpa said, all right, go buy a lottery ticket. The only clue, she had no idea. The only problem, she had no clue what she was doing. Quote, I just turned 18. Grandpa suggested I buy the lottery ticket for fun. Juliette explained during a winner's celebration at the lottery headquarters in Sault Ste. Marie. When I went to the store, I wasn't sure what to ask for because I had never bought a ticket before. So I called my dad, who told me to buy a Lotto 6/49 quick pick. Still can't believe it. I hit the gold ball jackpot on my very first lottery ticket. Mike Ball sent me the story. He said she'll be broke by 21. I don't think so. A lot of the stars are aligning in a majestic way. If she's one of these people who is broke by 21 and ends up throwing herself into traffic and because everybody hates her, it'll be a miracle, frankly, because she's got infrastructure set up to keep this from happening. I don't think she's an R word. Nor is her father. I'll get to that in a second. She had no clue she won. She forgot about the ticket until news about the ticket started to spread about the winning one being sold where she lives. So she's like, oh, that's funny. I bought a ticket. I'm in that city. A coworker said, well, you know what? I can just pull up the app if you have the ticket. Well, he scanned the ticket and the words big winner, no doubt, showed up. My colleague fell to his knees in disbelief. He was yelling. In fact, everyone was yelling that I won $48 million. Now, if I'm her, I'm like, well, how do you know? I mean, obviously this person had played before, but realized that meant one thing and one thing only. And she's like, well, huh? She writes, I didn't understand, or she says, I didn't understand what was going on at first. I couldn't process this news. We kind of made a scene in the store at work that day, so God knows what she was doing. 18 years old, it's probably just an entry-level position or whatever she's doing. Imagine that. Then when she started to grasp what was happening, she did what any 18-year-old girl should do. Go hysterical. She called mom and dad. She called them, but was so overjoyed, they couldn't really understand what she was saying. It didn't make sense. So, I mean, like for me, I speak fairly well crying loved one interpretation. Like if I have a scenario where a family member is freaking out and screaming at me and crying, I can usually pull that off.
Hello? Yeah, hi, Maddie.
This is what it would sound like if Madison won the lottery today. I'd have to interpret it.
What's up? You sound like you're upset.
Oh, you won the lottery? $48 million? Okay.
Okay, I was able to gather out of that something about your mother is upset because your DS case is missing and you can't find it anymore?
Every time I hear this, it's like the first time. I can't believe I was able to interpret it, and I'm the one doing it.
Uh-huh. So I'm guessing that it'll probably turn up, over time. It's probably just can't find it right now because you're rushing looking for it. Do you think it's gone forever? No, I don't think so, baby. We'll find it. I promise you. Me too. I want to find it too, but it might take a little looking.
This is the same reaction nowadays to anything.
Okay, well, it sounds like you're having a rough start to your day. I'm sorry. Okay, I love you.
I love that. I'm sorry.
All right. Sure, it'll be okay.
Then she gets pissed because I don't answer her question.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, can you put mommy on? Wow. We recorded that. It's awesome.
Oh, yay.
So that, no doubt, is what the mom and dad had to put up with, except it wasn't over a lost DS case. No, that chick is pocketing $48 million. Juliet says, because I was crying, happy tears, of course. My mom couldn't understand what was going on. Thankfully, my dad, was able to piece together that I won the lottery jackpot. We have that ability. Fathers, you can interpret crying daughter. I knew I couldn't focus on work, and my boss told me I could go home. But my mom wanted me to stay and finish my shift. Oh. What? My colleagues called out, come and get her. And my parents eventually came to pick me up. Remember what I said? Holy shit. Chris says, that's a lot of moose steaks and fiddleheads. I'm not sure what a fiddlehead is, but it sounds funny. This is where the stars are aligning. That might make it so she doesn't blow at all. Her dad is a financial planner. Now, I don't think really you need any type of extensive acumen to be able to figure out the rest of this young woman's life financially. If you even took $1 million out and socked the rest away, hell, even in a very safe type of investment, it would make money hand over fist. Hell, you could just stuff it all in a simple savings account and make money hand over fist. It's ridiculous. He's a financial planner and says most of the money will be put away and saved for later. Well, maybe you say, Dad, this could be the one fly in the ointment. Because, you know, it's not your money. It's hers. She could lose her mind and spend it all by 21, according to Mike Ball. Maybe. I hope this isn't a case of him saying, I've decided that she will save her money. He has no say. According to the article, it says this will not change her life entirely. I think she'll be fine. She has said she is still going to pursue her dream of becoming a physician. Now, when it comes to becoming a doctor, I know a couple of people who are just finishing up. In fact, my young niece, her husband, she's like 30. Her husband just started his practice last year. You're looking at, if you really grind it out, 34 years old, about the average that a physician starts to actually work. Okay? Fuck that. What the fuck? She wants to become a doctor but says, and now I won't have to worry about grants or loans to pay off. Do you realize how hard it is and how driven you have to be a physician? So we're talking about 16 years of bachelor, graduate, med school, residency. I mean, it's intense. The only people that become doctors are the brightest and most driven people on the planet. You got to be a real driven son of a bitch to be able to finish all your education in high school and then start the process of being a doctor. Oh, my God. It's so fucked up. And it has to be, you want a rigorous protocol in place to just lean on these people. I mean, there are people that become Navy SEALs that are like, oh, man, I worked my ass off. Could have been worse, though. I could have become a doctor. These are people who sit in like 33-degree water for like 4 weeks at a time without food or water or anything. They just sit there. And they get out and they go, this was hard, but it's nothing like becoming a doctor. And here she is. She's thinking she's going to be driven to become a doctor when just by doing nothing, she's making millions of dollars a year. I say she makes it 1/3 of one semester before she starts traveling to faraway lands, sampling all different styles of dick. That's what's going to happen. That's what should happen. I don't want a person who's becoming a doctor who has $48 million out of the gate. I want someone who's working towards a goal, I want someone accumulating that type of debt. Because it's like life or death in order for them to win the battle of all that education and work. I don't want someone who's already sitting on $48 million becoming a physician. Fuck that. She shouldn't be allowed to go. Sam the Jew says, my sister-in-law and her fiance are both physicians. Yeah. You know, these people make great money, and they need that money to live like someone who is a kitchen assistant at Bosco's. Okay? You accumulate $3 million in debt. Well, yeah, starting pay should be like $600,000 a year. By the time you're like 6 weeks from retirement, you've finished paying off your debt. My God. Sam says also the dad is going to make bank on her. Well, yeah, if she allows him to foster the money like that. So I don't know, man. Jimmy makes the comment, she'll be stripping and hooked on crack next year. I don't know about that. So I really am discouraging this chick from trying to become a doctor. It's the article says, as a member of the Garden River First Nation community, I think that would be indigenous, right? She writes, I was eligible for educational assistance programs, but I no longer need those resources, which means someone else in the community can benefit from that funding. I really want to come back to this area as a doctor so I can give back to my community, she said. Now, if they frame those words, she might be able to focus on them a little bit. But in a couple of days, she will have forgotten that she said that. Because, you know, she's got $48 million. The 18-year-old also said she's going to finish school for the semester, and then her and her parents will pick a continent and go travel. But she says she'll always remain humble. Yeah, maybe. While I am so excited about the opportunities that lie ahead, I feel comfortable knowing I am surrounded by the grounding love of my family. They will be with me on every step of this incredible journey, Juliet said. Okay. You can't say any of these nice words because money destroys people's brains. You have to begin to grasp that you have taken the first step to insanity. You're not going to be grounded. You're not going to be humble. You're not going to give back to the community. You're not going to be a doctor. You're going to be a filthy, rich, whatever. Traveler? I don't know. I don't even want to say something negative. Well, that already is negative, but like Jimmy said. But seriously, don't worry about the humbleness. No one gives a shit about that. No one wants you to become a doctor. Just go out there and spend your cash and put it back into the world. That's your job. Okay? Don't even donate any of it to anybody. Fuck them. They can make their own money. This is ridiculous. All right. Amanda says healthcare is free in Canada, so how do they treat the doctors? She also says she's Canadian. They're different. Kyle writes, if you're a Canadian, why not become a dentist and help hockey players with their teeth? Maybe. Good one. Ayo. Okay. Boy, but incredible. 18 years old. Holy shit. Fucking terrible. Pisses me off. Ladies and gentlemen, since I'm not going to be winning the lottery, I would love it if you'd sign up for my Patreon. Ad-free, listener-supported Patreon. P-A-T-R-E-O-N. P-A-T-R-E-O-N. Patreon.com/ Eric Zane. Fancy way of a paywall, saying a paywall. It's OnlyFans with no porno. I do a bonus podcast every day during the work week as an extension of this one. So we finish up, set them up, knock them down. More podcasting later on. In addition to that, the Lost Zane recordings, which I think on the most recent episode, according to Chris, I introduced the audience on the radio back in April of 2017. I opened the show talking about the times at the mobile home of rock and roll with Cecil, the character that you hear often on Who Are These Zanes on Patreon. We also have Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia, which we're playing today. Chris K is taking on Dale. That should be fun. The Insane Asylum, my 2-hour music-driven radio show, which I create right here, and it's played on the radio on Northern Michigan's Q100. You get it without commercials and before it even airs. The Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, and then, of course, Who Are These Zanes, like I mentioned. All there for you, patreon.com/Eric Zane for just $5 or $10 a month. 5 is all the audio, 10 audio, video, live streams. Just try it for 1 month. 5 or 10, 1 month. If you like it, convert it to a yearly, and I will take 10% off of the cost. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. And if you are paying month to month, I mean, it's money. If you can scrape together the amount for a year, which is either $54 or $108, you're saving yourselves $6 or $12 respectively. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. The open and live stream of this very podcast brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Love it. Get your mortgage. Interest rates have not gone up now in 4 months. The Fed is trying to raise them. The Fed is trying to curtail spending by the American public by raising the interest rate a quarter here, a quarter there. And that's on a broad level, like it's affecting credit card rates, things like that. Interest rates have been holding fast, though, for a home loan. And won't be long before they start to plummet down. You can still get a 15-year fix, though, for about 5.3, 5.4. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, 231-332-6505. That's the way to go. Scrimp and scrave and come up, scrimp and save and come up with the amount to get a 15-year fixed. That way you are not paying so much in interest over a 30, and you get that thing paid off in a much more reasonable amount of time, for God's sake. Reach out to Mario, NMLS number 3035 for details. Anywhere in the U.S. with the exception of Alaska, Hawaii, Maine, South Carolina, 231-332-6505. Kent County Health Department. Reach out to them when it comes to immunizations for the little ones. Measles, mumps, rubella, whooping cough, pertussis, meningitis. The cervical cancer vaccine, Gardasil. Or if you're traveling abroad, make sure you check with the health department as to what vaccines, if any, you may need if traveling, especially South America. There's probably something you should get a vaccine for. I'm not talking COVID right now. I'm talking about all those other things that are very, very important that for some reason people have stopped getting vaccinated, some people. If that's you, get it done, and you can get it done for your little ones for little or no cost. Reach out to the Kent County Health Department today. Their website, accesskent.com/health. Thank you to them. Okay, you get a box of food showing up at your door from HelloFresh. Best day ever. You're like, oh, man, I cannot wait to open that thing up. That amazing packaging that keeps everything cold and fantastic. You pull out the meals. You're right. We're going to eat like queens and kings at this household with these meals from HelloFresh. Best day ever. Bonus, you get 65% off that box plus free shipping. Oh, my God. HelloFresh has never had a deal like this, and it's only because you are a listener of the Eric Zane Show podcast. HelloFresh.com/Zane65 and use the code Zane65. You get 65% off plus free shipping. That's incredible. HelloFresh.com/Zane65 and then use the code Zane65 for 65% off plus free shipping. Man, I'm telling you, this is life-changing. The food shows up at the door, everything laid out perfectly. If you know how to read, then you know how to cook amazing meals for your family. Okay? Problem if you don't know how to read. Track down someone in your inner circle who knows how to read, and they will help you. That's how simple this is. HelloFresh, the absolute best fast and fresh recipes. HelloFresh's latest line of meals featuring robust flavors and filling portions are ready in less than 15 minutes. Enjoy taste and quality done quick with recipes like, get this, falafel power bowls. What? Seared steak and potatoes with béarnaise sauce. I had to practice saying that. Or Southwest pork and bean burritos. You'll find quality ingredients in HelloFresh's recipes. In fact, ingredients travel from the farm to your home in less than 7 days, so you know they're fresh. Okay? Again, go to HelloFresh.com/Zane65. Use code Zane65 for 65% off plus free shipping. Check it out. HelloFresh. It's funny, occasionally things that I'm experiencing line up, and then I find out about it from another source, even after I've experienced it myself. I've noticed that around the house here, that if for any amount of time I don't have my shoes on, my plantar fasciitis starts to hurt, especially the left foot. Not good. Now, I wear these slippers, and that is a mistake. I know that if I put the slippers on for any amount of time, in short order, I'll be limping. The other day, this pops up in my feed. Pandemic foot. And I'm like, wait. Because I had figured this out on my own, that I need to have shoes on. Specifically, my Hokas. If I have the Hokas on, not a problem in the world. If I wear the Chuck Taylors, that's a problem. They must be a decent pair of shoes. If I have the Chuck Taylors on, pandemic foot starts. And then I got to put my foot in my stupid sling that Mike Ball purchased for your old pal Eric Zane. And that's what's happening. Podiatrists across around the world have called it pandemic foot, rising in foot injuries and trauma since the pandemic began. The most common foot and ankle problems, everything from painful, neglected, ingrown toenails. I don't know why that would happen. To various biomechanical disorders exacerbated with minimal weight-bearing activities. One such cause might simply be from not wearing shoes. Exactly what I already knew. As many people transition from going outside every day to working from home, walking barefoot has become a new norm for some. A lack of shoe support increases the risk of overuse injuries such as plantar fasciitis, which I have had on and off since I was 26 years old. Often causes pain in the heel of the foot. Limited shoe support also triggers structural changes to the feet, which may aggravate problems for some people, such as bunions. Walking around the home barefoot magnifies the chance of stubbing a vulnerable toe on a piece of furniture. That might be the most painful thing ever. Fuck. Or tripping awkwardly over a pet, potentially leading to an increase in toe and foot fractures. Fucking dog, get out of the way. So the idea is wear more supportive footwear. Strengthen your feet. Check out the exercise called foot doming, which sounds dirty. Roll your foot toes over a rubber ball, point and flex your feet, and don't forget to stretch the back of your calf Achilles. Foot doming? What the hell is that? I don't know. I don't want to sit through the ad. All right. So if that's you, now you know. Nick at the arena says, Chuck Taylor, most uncomfortable shoes made. Oh, yeah. You might as well just strap a piece of plywood to your foot. Blue State Rob says, are you getting aroused with all the foot talk? A little. Blue State Rob, I'm sure you wear the Hokas while you are at your job loading those trucks. Oh, my God. You would need that. Chucks are great for lifting. That's about it. Oh, like maybe like deadlifts or squats or something like that? Is that right? I didn't know that. All right. No, man, the Hokas were a game changer for me with my plantar. Hokas and the sock, the Strasbourg sock that I've talked about. I actually don't. If I go running in the Hokas, I may need the foot sock on the overnight for at least a little bit, but not exactly. Not in like last night. Yesterday I ran. Wasn't a ton of mileage, but I did run, and I didn't need to put my foot in the sling. But if I wear the Chuck Taylors all day, there is no doubt I got to put my foot in the sling. One day I had I wore my Chucks to Bosco's on my feet, and by the end of that, I was done. I'm like limping around. But if I wear the Hokas, it's like, I'm 18 years old. It's incredible. Wear your shoes, people. You ever go to someone's house and they say, take your shoes off? I'm like, fuck, do I have to? Can't I just wipe my feet? Jackie did that the other day. She goes, oh, my God, I can't believe you're walking around in my house with your shoes on. I'm like, what? Yeah, you were walking in the snow and you're getting, well, I wipe my feet. Who cares? Jesus. I am a shoes in the house guy. Sometimes people in the service industry will come over and they have those stupid paper things they put over their shoes. I'm like, nah, dude, if you have shit on them, maybe. Otherwise, I don't care. No. That's why God made brooms and vacuums. It's such a pain in the ass. Fuck it. In some cultures, that's like a huge insult to walk into someone's house with your shoes on. To me, if I go to someone's house and they say, shoes off, I'm like, fuck you. I want to go home. I hate that. I hate having to take my shoes off at someone's house. I want to walk in and they go, shoes off. Okay. And then I take them off and I got another pair of shoes in my hand and then I put those ones on. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, these are my house shoes. They only see the inside of homes. It's cool. Oh, shut up. Take your shoes off. My God. All right. Sometimes people just need a hug. Audio check. Video check. This cop pulls over this kid, and the kid's losing his shit. So the cop rushed in to help, I guess. What?
Well, besides just being a law enforcement officer, this deputy actually went above.
He sounds like Joey Williamson, doesn't he?
Well, besides just being a law enforcement officer.
Yeah, he's got that palsy voice going.
Well, besides just being a law enforcement officer,
They should make wrestling an Olympic sport.
this deputy actually went above and beyond the call of duty. He actually just became a human and comforted this young man who we will call Joe in the body camera video.
Joe? So the cop's hugging a guy named Joe?
Explains the rest.
Wow, now I'm curious if it's someone we know. I lost my job for beating the shit out of a chick.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Could be anybody we're talking about.
Yeah.
Could use a hug.
I'll give you a hug.
Cop goes, lucky you're not black. I'd have shot you.
Seems like you got a lot going on, man. It's all right. It's all right.
Oh, Jesus. Get the fuck out of here.
You know?
Right after that powerful moment, they offered the young man resources to help him. The young man who
Shut up, pussy. Get in your car and get your ticket.
we will call Joe was going through some personal issues. A passerby saw that Joe was sitting in his car and thought he was
He used to be on the radio. Now he's a nobody.
passed out, but he wasn't. He was just crying and having a really bad day. And I think it's safe to say that we've all had those moments in life where we've had those good days, those bad days, and days that we thought we could never get through. Deputy Thorne and Deputy Parsek of the Macomb County Sheriff's Office stayed on scene and made sure Joe was okay. He told deputies he was not suicidal and did not want to hurt himself, and both deputies comforted
If I could just have a chick that I cocould kick her ass right now, this might work out.
Joe for about 20 minutes. They also helped Joe in a different way, too.
We got some
Could I maybe sweep the floors of the police station for a few bucks?
numbers. If you want me to get you a number, you can talk to somebody. You just talk to them on the phone. You don't even have to go anywhere.
Is it a chick? Can I punch her?
Let me go back to my car. Let me get you a number. That way, you have that option, okay?
And once Deputy Thorne got the phone number and resources for Joe, they hugged it out one more time.
It's all right, man. It's all right.
We're sorry you lost your job for beating a chick.
And if you need to talk, if you can't talk to them,
You can call us. Call that number, dude. I'll come out and meet you. I'll sit down and talk
Oh, no.
with you.
Oh, don't do that. You're going to open up a can of worms. Now it's like every time the kid takes a shit that's too loose, he's going to call you. I just took a shit. Oh, my God.
Right. That's what I'll do.
All right, brother.
and each day it's like it's
Appreciate it.
Hey, if you ever need anything, you just call, all right?
Oh, he went back and tried to get his job back at a radio station, but they wouldn't let him in.
And right there, you can just tell, I mean, that just goes such a long way. And if you are, in a distress or you need someone to talk to, there is a number out there, and that number is 988.
Yeah.
You can take a look at your screen, 988. That number is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year if you do need to talk to someone.
All right.
Reporting in Macomb County, I'm Peter Maxwell, 7 Action News.
Yeah, that's the way it is nowadays. Nowadays, you gotta, that's become the norm. It seems like every news story you see, there's always hey, you can call this number if you're having any problems. You see some kid's losing his mind because his order wasn't right at McDonald's. He's flipping out. So hey, you got to call this number and get your help. Brian says he reached into a cop car at the end. Man, if he wasn't white. Jimmy says, imagine him and Madison dating.
Hello? Yeah, hi, Maddie. No. 6 years ago.
That's Madison as the wife of this guy.
That gets it.
Kyle says, consume an edible. You'll be laughing uncontrollably. Yeah, that would definitely take the edge off. What's the number? 1-800-947-3979. He's currently suffering from pandemic foot. Kyle says, so the lesson is, if pulled over, start crying and say you're having a bad day and threaten to hurt yourself. Well, the kid didn't threaten to hurt himself, I don't think. My God. News guy sounds like Cleveland in the early seasons of Family Guy. Or a South Park character. Kyle adds, Calvin Johnson has his own brand of pre-rolled joints. I smoked half of one on Saturday and spent 6 hours laughing about everything. Fuck. Jesus. That's how pot affects me, too. Now, I haven't consumed pot since about 1990. My God. And I won't, that means I'm not sober. And, kind of goes against everything I've worked for as long as I have. Yeah, I'm going to avoid that. Occasionally people ask me, hey, man, you're going to try pot? It's legal. It's like, no, that has nothing. What are you talking about? I've been sober for decades. Why the fuck would alcohol's legal too, you asshole? Hey, but it's not the same, man. I go, no, it absolutely is the same for me. What the fuck is wrong with you? The whole audience consumes pot in one way, shape, or form. Everyone. Okay, I can't say everyone. Most of you do this. I'm not judging you. But that's the world we live in. I was walking through Meijer. Tyler says he doesn't. Amanda says she doesn't. I was walking through Meijer yesterday, and I walked by a guy. This is true. People who smoke, I don't know if they're aware how bad they smell. Okay? Now, when you actually smell pot, it's unique as it's burning. But when it gets like into the person and on their clothing, it becomes stale and fucking horrible. So there's this dude ship shopping, and I go walking by him, and I like, well, he's high right now, or he just is always smoking. It just smells terrible. There have been, I'm not kidding you. I am not kidding you. If I'm driving down the road and a car passes me where they're smoking in the car or have just finished, that scent leaves their car and goes into my car, and I can smell it. If you think that if you're smoking in your car and there's no way that anyone can smell that, you are mistaken. Cops pull people over for that shit. It's easier to bust someone smoking in the car than drinking in the car. Kevin says that's why edibles are the way to go. Oh, I would agree with that. Tyler says, I can't stand the stench. Dude got on a treadmill next to me at the gym last night and caused me to move 5 treadmills away from him. Oh, without a doubt. I would rather smell fart than pot. Amanda says edibles taste like pot smells. Is that right? God. Corey says, I guess if you had a problem with alcohol, it wouldn't mean that you would have a problem with other stuff. Yeah, it's just wonky and weird. So it's different for other people. Like some people who drink too much can't stop drinking, so they might like consume pot, and that's how they stay sober. And believe me, I'm not one to say you're doing it wrong, because everybody's different. So you won't get that from me. Like, I know someone personally who does that. It's Darren McCarty. And he's always like, well, whatever works for me, man. Don't judge me. I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you, you've traded one for the other. But if that's okay for you, it is. I get you. I'm with you on that. Besides, he's alive and well. He's doing great. He'd be dead if he was still drinking. That I believe. And so does he. All right. So some of you may have seen that clip of when Tom Brady retired. We're going to watch it again. It's only a minute long. Audio check, video check. There's a reason why we're watching this.
I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good. I know the process was a pretty big deal last time, so when I woke up this morning, I figured I'd just press record and let you guys know first. So I won't be long-winded. I think you only get one super emotional retirement essay, and I used mine up last year. So really thank you guys so much, to every single one of you, for supporting me, my family, my friends, my teammates, my competitors. I could go on forever. There's too many. Thank you guys for allowing me to live my absolute dream. I wouldn't change a thing. Love you all.
Okay. Let's back up. So derpy. You can see him, and you can see those buildings behind him. Why is this coming up again? Because that exact spot is where someone went and took the sand and put it in a jar. So you see a video of the sand in front of these buildings, wherever that was. Tom Brady's exact retirement spot, bottled sand, going for $15,500. This is just stupid enough to work. All you need is someone to drive up the bidding, get a little viral action on this deal, and before you know it, some rich fuck is going to drop some cheddar on this. I don't even think this is a bid. It's just the cost. This person writes, hear me out, everybody. Tom Brady exhaled with another post. Exhaled this air at halftime of his second to last game. Don't ask me how I got it. Just know it's here. Bidding starts at $750,000. Okay. Now, probably no one's going to bid on this, but I can't rule it out. I can't rule it out. Blue State Rob says it's much cheaper to fly there. Go there, buy a jar, and get the sand yourself. I didn't even think of that. That's a great point. Much cheaper. Chris says if someone buys that, they should have all of their money seized. Oh, my God. Then Sam says, open that link. Should I? I don't know. Anyway, looking back on Tom Brady. The man, I think it's a little weird that this last year was a disaster. Does that tarnish what he's accomplished? I think a little bit right now. But people will forget that Brady and the Bucs were they made the playoffs, but they were kind of a pile of shit this year. If at the end of the day he went 1 year too long, then whatever. I wonder if the one more year of football didn't happen, would they still be married in the future? Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen. Or was that actually the straw that broke the camel's back? And does he still love her? He can't, right? I've been seeing stories about his girlfriend, but I don't think it is his girlfriend. It's his admirer. And that is Veronica Rajic, who, wow, if you're Giselle, who's, I don't know, about 50 years old, and this chick is madly in love with him. Veronica Rajic is 26, and this is true. She keeps getting kicked off of Instagram because Instagram thinks it's a fake account because she's so attractive. They're like, no one can possibly be that attractive. Oh, my God. She's the type of attractive that I don't even like to look at her because it makes me feel like a fucking creep because I'm old as fuck. In fact, I can't even handle this. Fuck her. You can fuck off. You are so hot. Fuck you. That is terrible. That's the type of chick that if she happened to be at the YMCA, I'm like, well, I just have to leave. I can't be here. It's too ridiculous. You're too attractive. You're so attractive, it angers me. Jesus. Incredible. And if you're him, I mean, I don't know if they're dating. I mean, we'd probably know about it. They haven't come out if that is the case. Kyle says, I'm going to check her out and not understand anything you are saying. Now, Kyle, she has the type of beauty, because sometimes, every once in a while, someone will come around who, even though you may not be attracted to that gender, it's still like so beautiful. Like every time I see Elvis Presley, black leather suit Elvis Presley, or Austin Butler as Elvis Presley, or in some cases George Clooney or Brad Pitt, I'm like, those are super beautiful people, unbelievably attractive, who I might suck dick because they're so attractive. And I'm not gay. Henry Cavill, another great example. You, as a gay man, Kyle Ryan, may be like in that situation right now. You, being gay, because she's so attractive, might actually, if presented with the opportunity, put your mouth on that muff. True or not true? I need to know from you as a gay man. That's how stunning she is. She defeats gay. The same way those men could actually possibly make me gay. That chick could make you not gay. The power to make or break gay is what I'm talking about here. What a force of nature. Maureen says, nope, Kyle would not do that. Well, we would need Kyle. Let's not answer for Kyle, Maureen. Kyle's a big boy. He can answer for himself. Chris says, someone, somewhere, referring to Veronica, what's-her-face, Rajic. Someone, somewhere, is sick of putting up with her shit. You know, that's probably true. That is probably true. Ryan says, Kyle's lost in her images. We've lost Kyle. Kyle now says, yes, when I notice that she does not have a crank, I would turn and walk away. So you're suggesting that if she actually had a penis, that would make this the perfect individual for you. I get you. I feel you. Staying true to your gay, and that's good. You got to be true. And I appreciate and applaud that. You are to be respected. Some people, some men are just grossed out by that. And, you know, I don't blame them. It looks weird. It looks like some strange mollusk. It looks like something that should be clinging to the side of a fucking boat in some shitty lake with a couple of dudes fishing for walleye on it. I'm with you. Anyway. That's what's up with Tom Brady. Retirement sand. How stupid. If you are thinking about, and you always wanted, an in-ground pool in your backyard, and you live in West Michigan, listen to me. If you try to get an in-ground pool in your backyard right now at any other place that is not named Jennison Pool and Spa Depot, it will take 2 years. That's how long of a waiting period it is right now. Thank you, pandemic. However, Jeremy out the door at Jennison Pool and Spa Depot just added 2 crews to his team that will be installing 16 pools this summer. Call now and become one of those. If you've always wanted a vinyl liner in-ground pool or a fiberglass one-piece in-ground pool, this is who you're going to reach out to. 616-457-0500. 616-457-0500 for Jennison Pool and Spa Depot. When you call, you'll be scheduling your in-store consultation. You show up. They're located on Chicago Drive between 8th and 12th. Blue awning on the south side of the street. You know, one direction. When you're going west, it's on the north side. When you're going east, it's on the south side. Glad I broke that down. You'll go in there, and then you're going to find out how it works. You can find out how you can pay for it, too. Or if you're cash heavy, pay cash. After you schedule your in-store consultation, and Jeremy goes over how it works, he's going to go to your place and scout out the property. This looks awesome. We can get started as soon as the weather warms up. Boom! You're in business. All summer long, you are on the deck of your own in-ground pool. You've always wanted it. Your home is the place to be. Cocktails, tiki bar, chicks nude, tops off, dicks swinging around. 616-457-0500. Say yes to boobs and dick. 616-457-0500. Jennison Pool and Spa Depot. In addition, when you go into the place, you'll notice it's wall-to-wall hot tubs. You always wanted a hot tub, too. Get one of those while you're at it. Get a hot tub. Low end, you're going to pay about $7,000. High end, thousands more. You can really spend some cheddar on a hot tub. My God, these are going to install it for you too, as well. Sales and service of hot tubs at Jennison Pool and Spa Depot. Tons of different varieties, in-store selection. Also, if you have a pool and a hot tub already, sales and service. Jeremy out the door is an expert. 616-457-0500. He's been doing it for 25 years. And the property at Jennison Pool and Spa Depot in the store, all of the pool supplies and hot tub supplies you could ever need. Ever. 616-457-0500. Jennison Pool and Spa Depot. Call today. Hello, Blue Frost IT. My God. If you have any tech support issues, you're like, my God, I need a team and boots on the ground in case things go south. Reach out to Blue Frost IT. They can be your managed IT service provider, not in-house, but still. They can remote in, take care of any problem, troubleshooting. If not, they'll come to where you are in West Michigan. 616-200-8550, the managed IT service provider for the show, and I want them to be in the same capacity for you. So if you got a business like at Bosco's, I was just telling Doug, I was like, dude, do you have an IT service provider? No, we had a guy, but he sucked. Yeah, you need Blue Frost. So I'm leaning on him about that. 616-200-8550. All right, we are covering ground today. So some of you may remember way back when the podcast started. Tommy Brand's version of Brands on Division in Wyoming, I guess, was one of the sponsors. Tommy gave me that nice flag, that American flag that hung over the state capitol. Nice guy. Came in here, visited, and we did a podcast together because back then I would actually have people come to the house to be part of the podcast. Tommy was great. And also, he was in state government, too. I don't think he is now. I think he's just focusing on running the restaurant. Well, the other day, there was an incident at the restaurant, and Tommy works every day there. I mean, he works his ass off. And it was kind of a different day because, there's not supposed to be a stabbing. Story unfolded that a guy was attacked. Some dude was stabbed multiple times. He's bleeding out all over the place inside of the restaurant. And poor Tommy, the story broke that someone was stabbed inside of Brands. And when they're talking to Tommy, it's tricky because that's your livelihood. Someone gets stabbed there. I mean, this is kind of in the ghetto. So he's like, man, I'm so sad, and I just hope he's okay. But this is a safe place. You got to come here. You got to check out our lunch specials. Oh, my God, our salad bar is so good. We just cleaned the blood off. He's trying to do damage control. Because I don't know about you, but if I find out that somebody got slashed multiple times, it's a little weird. You might want it might take a little bit of time before I'd go back. Blue State Rob writes, hey, that's not blood. That's steak juice. Josh says, well, I guess we have to take the kebabs off the menu. So a little time has passed, and Tommy's like, oh, thank God. Okay. Get back to business as usual. And then local TV station interviews the dude who got slashed. So if you're Tommy, you're like, oh, fuck, come on, man, Jesus. Audio check.
33, is recovering after being stabbed 7 times inside Brand's Steakhouse in Wyoming last week.
He's gone through multiple surgeries and now fears that he'll be disabled for the rest of his life.
News 8's Byron Tollefson sat down with him today. He joins us now with an interview you'll only see on 8. Byron?
34-year-old Justin Towns has gone to Brand's restaurant in Wyoming for all of his life. He never imagined that his life would nearly end here.
I was left there for dead at first, and if that got one of my buddies wouldn't have got me out of there, I was going to die in Brand's.
The night of January 31st, Justin Towns says 2 men whom he didn't recognize approached him at the bar. One of them stabbed him 7 times, twice deep in his right arm, twice on his back, twice on his face, and once on his head.
If it wasn't for people throwing chairs to get those people off me and get them out of there, they would have kept stabbing me.
As his friend dragged him to his car to rush him to the hospital, his blood poured onto the parking lot, and he passed out. He woke up in the hospital the next morning with tubes going through his body, wondering,
I can't believe I'm alive. What happened to me? What's going on?
Doctors said he was lucky that he got to the hospital when he did.
They said if I wasn't there in 5 minutes less or more, I would have been dead. I bled out so much blood. They gave me so much blood at the hospital. It was a shame.
Towns went.
I need to pause this because while I was watching it, I started to get like that like tingling feeling in my hand because recently, you know, since I passed out at the hospital after the chainsaw incident, now I get queasy and then I could pass out again. So while watching this, seeing the close-ups of the arm with juice coming out of the guy's arm, that's messing me up. So I think enough time has passed. Hang on. All right. Audio check, video check.
And through 2 arm surgeries, he has staples in his back, arm, and head that won't come out for weeks. He will need extensive physical therapy.
Right now, I can't feel 4 of my fingers on my right arm, and it's numb. I can move them a little bit, but everything is numb over there.
Oh.
I have 3 kids, 2, 4, and 6, and now I might be disabled for the rest of my life and not be able to even pick up my 2-year-old or be able to do anything with him.
Oh, shit.
That hurts. And I'm so
You'll be fine. It's just a couple of fingers. The NFK can survive, so can you. You'll be fine.
active dad. I might not even be able to work anymore.
Enough. No more what ifs. Let's not worry about that. Let's just get through today, okay? Poor guy.
Worst feeling I ever had in my life.
Police said there was a fight inside the restaurant before the stabbing. Officers found a person of interest, a 54-year-old man, nearby and detained him for questioning. No one has been charged. Wyoming police are expected to send the case to the prosecutor's office this week.
So these are injuries I will see and have my whole life. And every time I look at them, I'm not gonna forget what happened at Brands that night.
He's asking any witnesses or anyone with information on the stabbing to come forward, saying that someone knows something. Back to you.
All right. So unsolved and fucked up. My God. Blue State Rob says, when did Mike Schmidt show up at his house? Good God. Jesus. And then there's Tommy. I wonder if he can possibly sue Tommy. I don't know how. But hopefully they got the guy. They haven't made an arrest, but that is just so fucked up. Sam writes, last week in Vegas, I walked into a gas station. On my way in, I noticed a guy sitting down outside the gas station with his pants down, holding his leg. There's a couple security guards around him. When I was checking out the clerk, I said, the clerk said, sorry about that guy out there. He just got shot. As I was walking back to my hotel, I heard the ambulances screaming into the gas station. What the fuck? If you can call random gas stations, might as well call Tommy. See if he saw the gore. No, I don't want to surprise Tommy with a phone call to see if he saw the gore. Kyle says he used to go to that Brand's every Friday for steak and potato. Will you still go? My God. Amanda says, awesome, just down the street from my parents. I wonder if, because they talked about there was a fight beforehand, I wonder if the dude who got stabbed, he had to have been involved in the fight, right? Jesus, I cannot imagine that. The guy is so lucky. Holy shit. Speaking of fights, if you're a fan of Pink Floyd, the band Pink Floyd, one of the greatest who've ever done it. My God, I just saw this article pop up that the feud between Roger Waters, founding member, and David Gilmour, founding member, I believe he's a founding member, is real. Oh, shit. The fucking Daily Beast. They allow you to look at it once. And then if you look at it again, it's like locked. Oh, good. I got it to unlock. Thank God. No, I didn't. It's just locked. Well, anyway. Maybe I can find it in another source. Because David Gilmour's wife dropped the hammer. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. We got it. Which, by the way, when it comes to Pink Floyd, my favorite Pink Floyd is Roger Waters' Pink Floyd. But if you've ever thought for a second, hey, I wonder if the band's ever going to get back together, Gilmour and Waters. Never. Never, ever, ever. The wife of David Gilmour is a lady named Polly Sampson. She lashed out at Waters because, as she says, his views on Jews and for being a supporter of Putin. Polly Sampson made her comments in a German publication. Sampson's daughter-in-law is Ukrainian, tweeted out, sadly, Roger Waters, you are anti-Semitic to your rotten core. You are also a Putin apologist and a lying, thieving, hypocritical, tax-avoiding, lip-syncing, misogynistic, sick with envy, megalomaniac. Enough of your nonsense. Now, as far as sentences that just devastate, that might be it. She started with an anti-Semite, and then the encore was Putin apologist, lying, thieving, hypocritical, tax-avoiding, lip-syncing, misogynistic, sick with envy, megalomaniac. The lip-syncing is the biggest insult there. It must be true. Because if it's not, you're looking at an incredible lawsuit for libel. Libel's the printed form, right? Because it was tweeted. Or is that slander? I get them mixed up. Either way, they're both terrible. Waters responded. He tweeted, "The truth will set us free," in all caps. And then he wrote, "Against the backdrop of this outrageous and despicable smear campaign by the Israeli lobby to denounce me as an anti-Semite, which I am not, never have been, and never will be. While talking to the same publication, I take it back. I guess Waters talked to the German publication, and Sampson just tweeted out her response. Anyway, while talking to the German publication, which is called the Berliner Zeitung, which sounds a lot like my real last name, Waters justified Russia's invasion against Ukraine, setting Putin launched what he calls a special military operation. He launched it on the basis of reasons that, if I understood them well, are, one, we want to stop the potential genocide of the Russian-speaking population of the Donbass, and we want to fight Nazism in Ukraine. He went on to say there is a teenage Ukrainian girl, Alina, with whom I exchanged long letters. I hear you. I understand your pain. She answered me, thanked me, but stressed. I'm sure you're wrong about one thing, though. I am 200% certain there are no Nazis in Ukraine. I replied again, I'm sorry, Alina, but you are wrong about that. How can you live in Ukraine and not know? So he believes that. He believes that there's Nazis in Ukraine. That's part of the problem. So that is what caused Gilmore's wife to go after Waters. I might add that not a lot of people know this, but Gilmore's wife, Polly Sampson, she is the principal songwriter of Pink Floyd songs, and that is true. She's a wonderful writer. If Pink, when it comes to, she like influences her husband, says, hey, I wrote this. What do you think about this? He's like, oh, yeah, great. Let's make a song. There you go. You know who used to be the principal songwriter for Pink Floyd? Roger Waters. Oh, my God. So this is fucking intense. I love it. Jesus. Libel is print. Slander is spoken. Incredible. All right. Moving on. Hello to my friends at Sarah Honda Granville. If you're in the market for a brand new Honda, think about Sarah Honda Granville. They are the number one Honda volume dealer in the entire state of Michigan. Now, there are hundreds of dealerships. Number one, Sarah Honda Granville. A lot of that has to do with return customers. They've done so well for themselves over the years that people come back. The cars are great. They last forever. The level of support that they have from the staff makes this a fantastic process, as great as it can be. You know, that's a big purchase. You don't want any stress. You don't want anybody doing you dirty. Sarah Honda Granville, they excel at an unbelievable level of service and support. Their website is sarahhondagranville.com, SERRA, HondaGranville.com. They're on Kanawha Avenue, just north of 44th Street in Granville. The Honda Pilot is what they're going ham on right now. You can test drive the brand new 2023, totally re-envisioned, reimagined 2023 Honda Pilot. Great vehicle. Check it out. You can do just about anything in that thing. Test drive one today. Mention my name when you do it. If you're not in the market for a brand new vehicle, go check out the rows and rows of certified pre-owned cars. Michigan's largest certified pre-owned dealership selection in the entire state of Michigan is at Sarah Honda Granville. Don't just take my word for it, though. Go in there and check them out. They're awesome. Hello to our pal, the Tax Hobbit. who is now 1 month, 7 days into his ad campaign. Make this man's phone ring. Don't do your taxes on your own. Don't use your stupid program. Don't waste all your time plugging numbers in just to realize that you did half the shit wrong and you don't know the tax law. Have Troy do it for you. Troy Ginzer, Tag Accounting, West Michigan. But he can do taxes for you anywhere in the United States. No matter where you are, he can help you. Step 1, call today. I'm going to say it slowly so you write it down. Grab a pencil right now or open up the note taker on your phone. 616-301-9516. Nice lady named Christina will pick it up. Hello, I'm an Eric Zane Show podcast listener. I want Troy to do my taxes. And then you're off and running. Then you're out of the nest. He's doing it for you. Hello? I'm a former Zaniac. I've been being paid under the table, and I deal drugs, and I collect unemployment because I'm too lazy to get a job. Can you do my taxes? 616-301-9516. I got to go potty. You got to stay there. All right. I will be right back. Yeah. Here we come. Walking down the street. We get the funniest looks. Hey, I might be singing in a band. When I announced, I posted something about that big SRX race at Berlin, August 3rd. There's a local cover band called Pretty Cool. And they said, hey, we'll be there. You should come up on stage and sing. I'm like, fuck, yes, of course. Shit, yeah, I will. I'll get my fat ass up there and I will shake the shit out of it. Oh, my God. Now I got to figure out what song to sing. Because there's very few that are in my wheelhouse. Maybe I can get with them and they can kind of like analyze my voice, what level of shit that it is. All right, something low and slow you might be able to pull off. So I'm excited about that. August 3rd. You're going to want to go to that one. Hall of Fame drivers at Berlin. Cole says the Kiss song you changed the lyrics to way back in the day. Oh, my God. Detroit Rock City. Get up. Everybody's going to lose their feet. Everybody's going to move their feet. Everybody's going to beat. What is it? All the boys walking down the street. When a theme going to beat my meat. August 3rd. Berlin Raceway, SRX Racing. Hall of Fame drivers at Berlin. I didn't know you were a big racing fan, Amanda. Even if you're not, this is going to be a spectacle. Okay. I talked with you on the Patreon yesterday about the 50-year retrospective of hip-hop. The history of hip-hop, 50 years, celebrated at the Grammys. It's like a 14-minute thing, which was really well done. I linked it up on the Patreon. I'll link it up in this show, too. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Pretty much covered everything. Some amazing acts over the years. In the last 50 years, they had the old ones, like Run DMC, LL Cool J, Grandmaster Flash, on through the 80s. And they had like several stages lined up, like 3 or 4 stages. And one act would do a couple verses really quick. Boom, boom, into the next one. It was all one big giant piece. It was sweet. So much fun. Some of the acts I didn't know, especially in the more recent years of hip hop, but it was still excellent. Absolutely cool. Ryan says it should be celebrated by smooth talk and hip hop. Easy from Warren. Tension in the city of Warren. But there was also some other things that happened at the Grammys that are worth mentioning. Now, Harry Styles, he won Album of the Year. By the way, Beyonce won. She's now the all-time leading most winner of Grammys. I forget, she beat out some dude from another country. Anyway, she's got like more than 31 Grammys or something. It's incredible since she started making music. But Harry Styles, he won Album of the Year. And he said something that has a lot of people pissed off. Not me. In fact, I might even want to play his... play this. Audio check. Video check. Harry Styles wins Album of the Year for...
And the Grammy goes to... You can read it.
Harry Styles!
Is that his mom? Lizzo, the big hug. Harry's like, not so tight, woman. You got power. By the way, he's a handsome devil. That must be his mother.
Shit.
He says shit. That's great.
Man, I've been so inspired by every artist in this category with me at a lot of different times in my life. I listened to...
By the way, something he says in this is a problem.
To everyone in this category when I'm alone, and I think like on nights like tonight, it's obviously so important for us to remember that there is no such thing as best in music. I don't think any of us sit in the studio making decisions based on what is going to get us one of these. This is really, really kind. I'm so grateful. I'm going to pass it over to my collaborators who are... I'm just so... this doesn't happen to people like me very often, and this is so nice. Thank you very, very much.
Okay, and where's the problem here? Something he said is a problem. Oh, my God. When I saw this, I was like, shut the fuck up. One journalist called Styles' comment the most white privilegiest thing to be uttered at an awards show ever for all time. It was near the end of that when he said, this doesn't happen to people like me very often. Now, I guess if you put your own interpretation on it and assume, you could sure create a fabricated a bit of nonsense drama that you feel, whoever is saying this, people should be offended by. What a sweet speech that was. I thought that was fantastic. At no point should anybody hear that and say, this is white privilege. This is privilege. The Sign of the Times singer ended a pretty standard acceptance speech by saying that this doesn't happen to people like me very often. The remark has rubbed viewers the wrong way, considering he was up against Puerto Rican-born Bad Bunny and Beyonce, whose respective wins would have signified the first Spanish-language album to win the award or the first black woman to win the award since 1999. To many, a white artist winning the coveted award felt like just another instance of the Recording Academy's tendency to praise and maintain the status quo. Now, I don't know. Maybe the recording industry does do that. I don't know. Perhaps. You might be right. But I sure as fuck don't think that speech, when he says, this doesn't happen to people like me very often, has anything to do with race. Who knows? Maybe it has something to do with sexuality, gender, or who knows? It's maybe he's maybe bad shit happens to him. I don't know. Who cares? Why would you read into it that something is nothing more than just a joyous moment? How can you fucking enjoy anything in the world if all you do is pick apart the things that nice people say when good things happen to them? What a fucking bit of drama over nothing. Fuck you. Oh my God. Sam Sanders writes, quote, this doesn't happen to people like me. That's the quote I already read to you. This person wrote, I'm trying to understand what that white boy meant by this doesn't happen to people like me. This person writes, Harry Styles saying this doesn't happen often to people like me in place where Benito might have become the Puerto Rican to win that album, and Beyonce, the first black woman since 99, is wild. I need him to explain what identity he was using for that speech. God, shut the fuck up. Oh. It just blows my mind. Not everything is a goddamn war. By the way, there's a picture, and everybody, that's all these people that are mocking Harry Styles. I'm reminded of this because Amanda just made a comment about Adele. How hot is Adele? Holy shit. What a babe. Oh, my God. Question 1. What's her age? I need to determine if I can even do this. Uh-oh. No, I can't. She's 34. Fuck that. Never mind. Ugly. Hate her. I didn't know she was that young. Forget I said anything. Yeah, it's God. You got it. I thought, she was one of those old hens who just looks good. Amanda says the album she just released was named 30 for how old she was when she wrote it. Unbelievable voice. She's just fantastic. Yeah, 34 is just way too young. Sorry. And then there's Chris Brown. He lost. First he lost, and then the guy who beat him is a guy named Robert Glasper. When Glasper was announced as the winner for his album Black Radio 3, Chris Brown took to Instagram to ridicule the now 5-time Grammy-winning pianist, songwriter, and record producer. He posted a Google screenshot of Glasper's name and wrote, "Bro, who the fuck is Robert Glasper?" Chris Brown's vitriol didn't stop there. He posed the question again in another Instagram post. "Y'all playing. Who the fuck is this?" Third time, same thing. "Who the fuck is Robert Glasper?" He then mockingly told his fans he's got to get his skills up and start playing the harmonica. I don't think dude is a harmonica player. I think he's a pianist. Chris Brown ended his tantrum by displaying a photo of himself playing the harmonica with the caption, "New level unlocked and harmonica breezy." Twitter users were quick to pounce on him. One person bluntly wrote, "What a loser." Another said nobody wanted him to win anyways. A third called out his domestic abuse, saying abusers losing will always make me laugh. A fourth person summed it up like this, calling him a crybaby. All right, yeah, you can really outrun the domestic abuse thing. This is Robert Glasper. Nice guy, I'm sure. Amanda writes, "I need to go on Adele's diet. As much, damn it, I think because she was bigger than me at one point." You know, I applaud how open you are about that. Ryan's battling the bulge. She says, "I'm down 4.5 pounds in 13 days. As much as I want to go to Bosco's, I need to impress the doc in March." Oh, yeah. You don't want to go to the doc heavier than you were the year before. That's what I'm scared about. Anyway, there's more on this Chris Brown thing. After the whole sore loser thing. Then he realized he was being a total asshole because he posted a DM apology that he sent to Glasper. So he apologized to him and then showed the world that he said sorry. I don't think he was this apologetic when he beat the shit out of Rihanna. You know? Congratulations, my brother. I would like to apologize. Listen to this apology. I would like to apologize if you took offense to my reaction at the Grammys. You see, that's not an apology. You need to say congratulations. I'm a cock. You can't say I'd like to apologize if you took offense to my reaction. Then he says, "You were not the intended target." What? How could it not be? And I know I came off really rude and mean. After doing my research, I actually think you're, Y-O-U-R, amazing. All caps. The organization isn't doing us blacks our due diligence. Well, I don't know if you can speak for Robert Glasper. That's his 5th Grammy. I think that they are doing their diligence. They're not voting for a guy who beat the shit out of Rihanna. But then he clarifies and says, "You and I should never be in the same category. Two totally different vibes and genres. So from one black man to another, congratulations. Hope you are able to feed your family for life. God bless, my G." Sign, Chris Brown. Well, fuck you. And he spells diligence, D-I-L-I-G-E-N-S-E. I don't think that's correct. I might be wrong on that, but I think it's D-I-L-I-G-E-N-C-E. That is correct. No S in that, Chris, you dumb fuck. And fuck you, by the way, for beating up Rihanna. You deserve everything you get. You're never going to be able to outrun that, you fucking idiot. Jesus, what's wrong with me? Back to Amanda with an insightful comment about weight. She says, I spent over $10,000 to have the surgery that I fucked up. Wait a minute. I do remember you telling me that. Did you beat it? I mean, was it a one where they staple the stomach, or is it a band? And if that's the case, does it not work anymore? A sleeve. Is it still in there? And if it is it like you broke it? Is it like sitting in there like all the floppity? Oh. She says, no, it still works. I just don't listen to it. Okay. So basically you didn't listen to it, and with the band on it, you made your stomach, it's like a very loose vagina. Is that what you were suggesting? Wizard's sleeve, perhaps? All right. Yeah, you can get it back. You can get it back. Right? Ladies and gentlemen, we are moments away from the asshole of the day. Before we do that, though, hello to A&E Heating and Cooling. Do not forget, if you ever get in any trouble, you have a source to get your problem solved quickly at a fair price. The fairest price. No salespeople coming into your home working on commission. Nope, nothing like that. Who are trying to get you to spend more than you need to pay, to buy more stuff than you actually need. Nothing like that. Just preventative maintenance, solving of any problems that you might have if something goes kablooey, or perhaps a brand new install. A&E Heating and Cooling. Go ahead and get a couple of estimates from some other jokers in town. Just make sure A&E is number 3 on that list. They will beat the others. If they don't, tell them they're going to beat the others, and I said so. 616-516-8579 for A&E Heating and Cooling. I love how Joe Martinez has built his business over time since he started advertising on this podcast. Things have taken off for him, and that makes me very, very proud. Well done. Thank you for believing in me, Joe. And thank you to the audience who've called upon Joe when they need this type of service. Twice a year, for sure. Furnace tune-up, AC tune-up. 616-516-8579. Meanwhile, M37 Hackers marches on. M37 Hackers Golf Simulation Headquarters in Middleville, Michigan. Worth the drive because, my God, the price is so great. An hour of simulator time, perfecting your swing during the cold winter months. $40 an hour as opposed to $60 an hour for X Golf. And you're supporting an amazing Eric Zane Show podcast sponsor. Get your swings in at M37 Hackers. Call them to book a time, 269-205-2095, or just search M37 Hackers online. 269-205-2095. You can also sign up for a yearly membership, get you all sorts of perks, savings all over the place, enter into tournaments. Because these tournaments sell out and they have purses in them available. So they're going to go with the members, and that's you. So sign up to be a member and then improve your golf game. I love the fact that you can swing and then you see your stupid hook. And you're like, oh, shit, I got to correct this. So you hit the replay button, and there's a camera that's has shot an image of your club face when it hits the ball. And you can go, oh, that's why I suck. Look at how I'm hitting this. 269-205-2095. Today's asshole of the day. Yesterday it was Tennessee lawmakers trying to make it so that Super Bowl Monday, the day after the Super Bowl, is a fucking holiday. Shut up. Today, the asshole of the day, brought to you by TC Paintball. We're going to make it. Chris Brown, congratulations. You're still an asshole. You haven't learned anything, you entitled fucking bitch. Chris Brown, your asshole of the day on the Eric Zane Show podcast. For the dogs, for the NFK downstairs, for the queen of the forest, working with the area's, I don't want to say handicap, special ed kids in the school. For you, for Bosco's Pub. I appreciate you so much. But that is my time here on the Eric Zane Show podcast. I'll talk to you on the Patreon, and we have Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia coming up in just a bit. Chris K taking on Dale. Till next time, folks, have a good one. Bye-bye.